fishing friends to another adventure. All right, what's on tap for today? Man, this place is just epic. I'm gonna be throwing some Bomber 2As. They're perfect for this depth range. Look at that. Since in that crawl pattern. Got Coach Dog Fire Tiger. So these look just like a little crawl, but it could also look like a sunfish. So we're gonna pitch this around. I got this on the Mags 6.8 Shimano Miravel 3000 Sunline braid, which is that SX1 12 pound. Then I got a 14 pound fluoro leader for the pike. Got my handy dandy camp mats, all the stuff I need to be successful today. A lot of current in here. The water, we had some rain, so the water is up. So with this, I crank, kill it, let it come up a little bit. Crank, kill it. These 2As are just perfect for this kind of water here in depth. Hey, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate all the support. My name's Alan. I'm usually making some kind of a fishing video, testing lures and things. Ooh, let's see what we get out of here. Anything around that corner is pretty good. Cool thing about this is I can cast it in there, let it float and drift where I want it to go, and then I can start bringing it in. Look at all the bait fish jump out of that. Anyway, Bomber 2A, they don't have them on LureNet. Got to get them from eBay, or unless you know somebody has some. I always get them on eBay. They're always up there. People trying to get rid of them, but they're perfect. They get, like, they say 0 to 3 feet. Well, 0. I guess that's if you're just gonna really barely crank it, let it come across the surface, which I guess you could do. But down to 3 feet, a little bit lower if you have real light line. You could get it down to 4.5 feet. But for little creeks and streams, man, this thing is just awesome. I like this one. I like the green apple color in the craw. There's any of the Fire Tigers that they have. There's a lot of colors. It's cool because the bill on this, it's almost like a square bill, but see how it's rounded, but it gets through everything. Anyway, I got a video up from me doing like a review on the 2A not too long ago, I think it's called the breakdown of the 2A. So I've got that video out if you want to watch that and learn a little bit more about it. Ooh, that one got, oh! Did you see that, guys? He spit it. Holy cow, that was a good size smallie. Nothing I could do about that. So these, when I replace them, I put those Fusion 19 hooks on them. If the hooks are bad, when I buy them off of eBay. Yep, that one's got to go on the fail list. So this started banging around on the rocks down there, and he just went nuts for it. Now, a fail like that, I don't mind. Look at all the bait fish freak. A fail like that, I can live with that. Man. Oh, come on. Come on. Jeez, that was cool. Yeah, he hit bang and then he went straight for the surface to get out of that. So there's smallmouth in here, northern pike, largemouth. Trophies in here for smallmouth are about 15 inches, 17 inches, 18 inches. I got a 19 and a half out of here, which is the biggest I've ever seen come out of here. All right, guys, on the Bomber 2A. What do we got here? I can't tell if it's a largemouth or a smallmouth. Let's get over here where I got better footing. Easy. There we go. Not a bad fish right there. Little guy. For the release. All right, guys, we're hooked up on the Bomber 2A in this craw color. What do we got here? All right, guys, there he is. 18. And that's a gorgeous fish right there. 18. It's a beast. All right, buddy, you ready? There you go. Whew. But he just crushed that 2A. That was just awesome. Here it is in this red craw color from my red box, where I keep all my red crankbaits. He just right out there. He hit just right out there. Right in there. So I cranked. As soon as I felt it hit something, I killed it. And bang. There's some big ones in here, guys. All right, guys. So I got them, the 2As in this little container here. So this one I custom painted. It was just completely wrecked in one of those beater lure lots. Same thing with this one. And so I just did a little custom paint job on them. Anyway, we're gonna try this fire tiger right here. Come on. We're gonna try, it's relatively new, look at that. So we'll try that guy and see how it goes. Looks like the water level's slowly starting to creep up now from where the old rock pile is. When I say brand new, it's because nobody's used it, but they don't make these anymore. They still have the molds and everything they could. They just took them out of production, but that's the coach dog with the little black markings on there. Look at that, orange on the belly. Man, fire tiger. This thing is, color works well here in this kind of water. Ooh, fish just jumped right there. All right, guys. I think, yeah, we're hooked up here. Not a very, is it a big one? On this. Nah, not very big. Oh, we spit it and I barely got him hooked with the other treble. There we go. Not a big guy. She's hanging right around in that little spot there, right off that point. There we go. Oh my gosh, guys. Dang it. I lost him. Shoosh. And let me check and see. It was weird how he got unhooked. Holy cow. The way he came off of that, it looked like he broke the line, but he just threw it. Sheesh. All right, guys, you can, if you go to LureNet, you can still get the 4A, the 5A, 6A, I think 7A. The 4A and the 5A are pretty close to this. Bills are a little bit different, a little bit longer. The 5A is small, but they dive just a little bit deeper. Check out the 5A, and then you can always hunt for these on eBay for the 2As. And they're just such a fun lure to fish with. And they're perfect to getting down to those depths you want if you're in a shallow creek or shallow river. So as soon as it hits a rock, I just kill it. There we go, look at that. Ooh, and this one's fighting good. I hope I got enough battery power left to get the landing of this guy. There we go. Oh, it's a big smallmouth. There we go. Easy, easy. All right, guys, my battery died, but I got the release. Whew, that was crazy. That was a good fish, another one. Oh my gosh, guys, that was pretty much textbook. As soon as it hit a rock, I killed it and he was on there. Sometimes you hit a rock, you can get right into a snag, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. I've got so many of these. Ooh. Ah, I thought I had another bite there. All right, guys. I think we got a good pike here. I gotta watch out because of his teeth. I don't have like a steel leader on him. But he's running and going crazy into that current. Same thing, I hit a rock and bang. Let's go, Mr. Pike. What is he doing? Oh, he's fighting in the current. Let's go. What in the heck? He threw it and now it's stuck in on his back. Crazy. What the heck happened here with this? There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, I can see where I got him right there. And then when he thrashed, it caught him on the back end of that. That's weird. There you go. He's just chilling right there. Man, he just went jumping around, going crazy. Telling you guys that Bomber 2A, it's money in shallow water. All right, guys, same thing. Ran it through there, hit the rock, and bam. So this is what I could tell that happened. When he zinged over there and jumped, he threw it, but then he hooked himself in the back. So that was pure luck. But as soon as I feel it hit a rock, right there, I kill it. Then I bring it up a little more, feel another one, kill it. Clink, clink, kill it. Clink, clink, kill it. And if it does that right in front of them, little puff of sand comes up because this is rock and sand bottom. Man, they just go nuts for it. So there are pockets in here where it gets down to over 10 feet, but this dives down to 3. I think for me, it gets down to about 4 because I've got the light sunline on. 3.5 though, because I have that leader, the 14-pound fluoro leader. So you just got to play with it a little bit to see. Something with that coming off the rocks, I just can't resist it if it's right there by them. It's got a decent rise. Some of them I'll put suspend strips on there, or like the ones I repainted, I'll add some clear coat to give it more weight and it comes up slower. Ooh, I thought I had one there. All right, couple more casts and I gotta hit the road, guys. But I just wanted to get some more footage, mainly for me to remind myself of how I fish this. The 2A, what I caught on it, and conditions and things like that. It's about 78 degrees, cloudy. But mostly so that I can have footage and I can relive these stories when I'm old and retired. Nothing there. What about way up in the corner? It wants to blow out because it's so heavy current, but once you get it down there, it works out pretty good. Oh. As soon as I say that, it blows out. That would do that with pretty much any crankbait. If you get it down deep enough, quick enough, you're okay, like right there. Oh man, I thought I had a thump in there. Right along the wall. It's kind of like a little obstacle course. You got all kinds of stuff in there, rocks, walls, corners. All right, guys, here's an example of how I got one. Snagged. Man, that stinks. That one's pretty good. I was catching some pretty good fish on it. Oh. What should we try? The sparkle? The sparkle one? The heck is the end of my line here? All right, let me get retied here. I was watching a pretty cool snake over there. I'm gonna go see if he's still there. Let me get this semi strong. We'll go take a look at him. It's one of these northern water snakes, but he had a cool pattern to him, not that normal dark. Come on. All right, let's go see if he's over there. I don't want to be stepping in the grass right where he is, you know what I mean? He was right there where that, see that white junk is? That's where he was. Should we dare walk into the grass and look for him? Don't see him. Oh well. Let's get re-rigged. Alright guys, here it is. Midnight Sparkle. Right there. That other one got snagged. Sometimes you gotta risk it in the rocks, you know. And out there, I didn't see it come up either. You know, like if you pull it and it comes free on a snag, you'd see it. It was so bright with that green, but I never saw it come floating up. So, whenever I lose a lure, I always say it's like the price of doing business, which everyone says anyway. But it's like a toll. You're paying a toll, giving something back to the body of water. Ooh. This one's a little harder to see for me, trying to figure out where things are going. But we'll make it work. So this is one that was just banged up in a beater lure set. And I can spot them. They'll do, you know, like a vintage bomber lures I want to get rid of, the screw tails, or beater lot of lures. And if I can see the 2As in there and it's a good price, I'll get them. The other lures, I'll keep them or give them away, sell them sometimes. All right, here we go. This one should be money right here. This one's got a little slower rise because of that gel coat I put on there. All right. Run it through the gauntlet. Right through there is where I had trouble with it, the other one. That'd be funny if I hooked the other one and then I got it free. Ooh, but we just got smoked. I was just dreaming in my head that if we snagged onto the other lure, you know what I mean? And we pulled it up and this thing just got crushed right here. Same thing, guys, on the rocks. As soon as I pause it on the rocks, bam. This looks like a good smallmouth. These are all trophies for this body of water. 15, 16. All right, guys, check them out. And that's just a beautiful fish right there. He was 14. I was talking about what if we were ricocheting around down there and I freed up the other lure or it hooked it and it came loose and then all of a sudden, bam, and he just smoked it. Almost knocked the rod out of my hand. Old Midnight Sparkle there with that blue sparkle. Got the job done. There she is, guys, a little red underneath. The sparkle, the black. Sally Hansen on there, kind of a blue sparkle. All right, guys. If you're not fishing these 2As, go for it. Get started with it. It's definitely worth it. Oops, gotta adjust the hat here. I'm sweating so much, it's like running down the side of my face. And then my hat's sliding off. See, I went past the rocks there. But I can still get a hit there every once in a while. Ooh, This thing may have to tune it just a little bit. All right, let's run her through this. It's a dark lure. Should attract some attention down there. They must think it's like a bluegill maybe, or just a crawfish. Look at all those bait fish go running. Crazy. Ooh! Right where I ran this thing, did you see that fish jump in there? What? He wasn't going for the lure, I can tell you that. Maybe I spooked him. That was crazy. Alright guys, one last look. That's pretty much gonna be it for today. Thanks for hanging out with me as I was fishing this stretch of the river. Had a lot of fun out here. Pick up some 2As, some 4As, and some 5As and go have some fun. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and until next time, I will see you then. Bye-bye. Now get out there and get your lures wet.